Hi everyone, welcome back to RB Insights. It's great to have you here. In our previous videos, we explored the philosophy of education. Today, we are starting a new journey into the fascinating field of educational psychology. This branch of psychology is crucial for anyone involved in education, as it provides insights into how we learn and how we can teach more effectively. In today's class, we will cover the essentials of educational psychology. We will begin with the meaning of educational psychology, helping us understand its core principles. Then we'll explore its nature, which highlights how it functions as both a scientific discipline and an applied field. After that, we will dive into the scope of educational psychology, examining the various areas it encompasses, such as learning processes, motivation, and classroom management. Finally, we will discuss its importance in education, focusing on how this concept can enhance both teaching and learning. By the end of this video, you will have a solid foundation to build on as we explore this field in more detail in the upcoming classes. So, what exactly is educational psychology? According to B.F. Skinner, educational psychology is that branch of psychology which deals with teaching and learning. In simple terms, it is the study of how students learn, what motivates them, and how teachers can improve the educational process. Now that we understood the meaning of educational psychology, let's explore its nature, which helps us to see how it functions both as a science and in practice. Educational psychology is a scientific discipline that uses systematic methods to study the learning process. It is an applied field, meaning that it takes psychological principles and directly applies them to educational settings. For example, it looks at how a student's developmental stage influences their ability to understand certain concepts. With a clear understanding of its nature, now let us delve into the scope of educational psychology and the various areas it covers. The scope of educational psychology is broad and it covers several key areas. First, it focuses on learning processes, including cognitive, behavioral, and emotional aspects. For example, how does a student's memory work? And how can we help them retain information better? It also examines developmental stages, understanding how age and maturity impact learning. For example, younger children might learn best through play, while older students might benefit more from abstract reasoning. Another critical area is motivation. Educational psychology explores what drives students to learn. For example, some students might be motivated by rewards like good grades, while others are driven by a desire to master a subject. Classroom management is another important area. This involves strategies to create a conducive learning environment. Finally, educational psychology also covers assessment techniques, helping educators measure learning and improve teaching. Finally, let us discuss the importance of educational psychology and how it plays a vital role in enhancing both teaching and learning. Educational psychology is so important because for teachers, it provides the tools to enhance their teaching by understanding the learning needs of their students and adapting their methods accordingly. For example, if a teacher notices that some students struggle with attention, they might incorporate more interactive activities to keep them engaged. Educational psychology also improves learning outcomes by addressing students' strengths and weaknesses. It informs curriculum design, guiding the development of programs that are both effective and engaging. Moreover, it supports students' well-being by promoting a positive and supportive learning environment. For example, understanding the social emotional needs of students can help create a classroom atmosphere where students feel safe and supported. Let us take some examples. Imagine a classroom where a teacher notices that some students are more visual learners while others prefer auditory learning. By using educational psychology principles, the teacher can incorporate both visual aids and verbal instructions to cater to these different learning styles. Now, let us think of another example. In terms of assessment, a teacher might use formative assessments like quizzes or group activities to see how well students are grasping the material before moving on to new topic. This approach not only helps in identifying areas where students need more support, but also makes the learning process more dynamic and more interactive. When it comes to motivation, consider a scenario where a teacher uses a reward system, like giving stickers or praise for participation. This can encourage the students to engage more actively in class. There was a brief overview of what educational psychology is, its nature, scope, and importance. Understanding these concepts will lay a strong foundation for our upcoming videos. Next time, we'll dive deeper into behaviorism and its impact on learning. If you are yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel, please subscribe now and hit the bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next class.